In movies and money, the Transformers barely beat Spider-Man at the box office over the weekend. Our film critic Erik Childress is on the scene. Erik, should Paramount, though, be happy with the numbers from the new Transformers film?
Yes, happy with what it earned over the weekend, but maybe not as much for the numbers that are coming next. Rise of the Beast put up $61 million, which is higher than either of the last two films in the franchise, so that was reason to celebrate a bit that these robot changelings still had a little gas left in the tank. However, there are still miles to go before this film gets into profit. Paramount clearly wants to keep making these movies, though, as the new one sets up a potential partnership with another franchise that, ironically, is far redder than its title would imply. No spoilers here, though. You have to sit through this nonsense just like I did, or just go on the internet if you want to find out what that franchise is.
Two films debut this weekend, The Flash and Elemental. Let's take a look at Elemental from Pixar.
So you've never left Firetown?
Sorry, buddy. Elements don't mix.
Hey!
Plus, my dad would boil you alive.
Why does anyone get to tell you what you can do in your life?
Which film wins the top spot this weekend?
Well, starting with Elemental, this is actually the first Pixar film to hit theaters since before the pandemic, and it has some wondering if Disney didn't take things too far with their insistence on keeping some of the recent efforts out of theaters. It seems weird to suggest that audiences have now been trained to expect Pixar films to debut on Disney+, especially given the huge successes for animated films like the Minions sequel and the recent Mario Bros. Movie, bringing families back in droves. Elemental is getting some of the softest reviews in Pixar's history, and we could see it get some of the softer numbers too. Warner Bros. The Flash, on the other hand, arrives with its own share of controversies thanks to a number of legal troubles of its star, Ezra Miller. But they are trying to avoid all of that and hope audiences will be down with the last remnants of the DC cinematic universe as they know it before James Gunn comes in and reboots the whole thing. Well, that being said, The Flash is yet another mediocre offering in the DCU that has the recurring problem of a brand that has so desperately tried to catch up to what Marvel has accomplished that it ironically rushes through its big beats and doesn't earn any of them while trying to cover it up in a blanket of nostalgia to the point that each theater showing it should be flashing an applause sign. It will be number one this weekend, but certainly not in my heart.
The time has come for your top movie recommendations, Erik.
Well, if you missed it in theaters, and so many people did, you can now buy the wonderful Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret at home on the various video-on-demand services. Based on the classic book by Judy Blume, it's a fantastic coming-of-age tale with great performances by Abby Ryder-Fortson, Rachel McAdams, and Kathy Bates. It's one of the best films of the year, and it should move you no matter what age or sex you are. Also now available to buy is Ray Romano's solid directorial debut, Somewhere in Queens, where he also stars with Laurie Metcalf as a father trying to keep his son on track for his basketball future at all costs. Then on Netflix, there's the action sequel Extraction 2 with Chris Hemsworth. If you're a fan of high-powered and stylized action akin to the John Wick films, you will find something to like here, particularly another centerpiece sequence meant to play out like a single take that is really well done. You don't have to have seen the first film to appreciate this, but that is also available on Netflix if you so gander.
Thank you, Erik. We'll see you next week.
Thank you, Angie.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.